All right, what's up, y'all? We're back today. We're gonna go over top 20 quarterbacks.
And we came up with a name for our channel. We're going to be B&E Sports Talk. So this is Brady and I'm Evan, and this is B&E Sports Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, so like Brady said, we're doing top 20 quarterbacks. We'll just kind of run down our list, going by threes and compare and contrast, and go from there.
Sounds good.
All right.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. All right, my top three is Mahomes 1, Jalen Hurts 2, and Lamar Jackson 3.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, it's Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and then Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I've got mine as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So, I know we agree on Patrick Mahomes, obviously. You know, there's not really anybody else in the league that has the same just over the top, underneath everything ability, you know. Now that Tom's out of the league, he's the next GOAT.
I mean, yeah, of course. If he's not number one, he's number two the entire time he's playing, like on a per game basis.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise, every single season. I mean, yeah, he runs, but not that much still. Like, his passing is so good that it doesn't matter. He could have 0 carries and still be number one, like, consensus to me.
Yeah.
As his quarterback. I mean, but obviously his runs do help because he is such a good runner when he decides to take it outside the pocket and just go.
Right.
He's going to get rushing touchdowns. He's going to get, I don't know, like 150 to 200 rushing yards, I think, this year.
Yeah, just because he gets those. I mean, he's good at running the ball. He picks the right times to run, which gets him very valuable yards.
Exactly.
And it stacks up.
Like, he'll only really run when he knows he can. Well, it's either a first down, short yardage situation or, you know, on the goal line, whatever. But he only scrambles and runs when he knows he's about to go for like 20 yards, other than that.
Exactly. And that offense it's really done nothing but get better. They've introduced some new faces. And
just crazy.
Sky Moore can't do anything but get better too.
Yeah.
You know, he was drafted pretty high last year and didn't do as much as probably a lot of us expected him to.
But that's because everybody else was stepping up.
Exactly. But now that there's some other faces out of the way, like who's homeboy that went to the Jets this year?
From the Chiefs?
Yeah. Oh, Mecole. Yeah, Mecole's not there anymore. He's out of the way. Just leaves a wide open space for him to get some catches.
Yeah, I mean,
get some more action. A little bit of a faster player.
And if he is going to, like, you know, succeed in the NFL, he's going to be with Mahomes. Like, Mahomes will make it happen. He makes it happen with everybody. I mean, what did he throw for last year? 500 yards or some shit without Tyreek Hill?
Darn near close.
Yeah. I was shocked, honestly. I didn't expect it, but I'm clearly proven wrong.
I mean, that just solidified him as what he is.
Exactly. Like, I'm never going to not rank him one ever again after what I saw last year and, like, you know, Andy Reid's offense.
And he's fully capable with anybody at his disposal.
Yeah. For sure, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so you have Joe Burrow too?
I've got Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, okay.
Pretty much for the same reason that I have Patrick Mahomes 1. Is once again that offense has done nothing but get better. They added a great tight end that's going to make Josh Allen look that much better in the red zone, and that man can gun the ball, and he's done nothing but work on it and get better. So, like, him combined with those with the running ability, the ability to get into the end zone on pretty much any run by himself, separates him from a lot of other people down my list.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I actually have him just outside here. I have him 4, and he's in my tier 1 along with these 3 guys. So, like, I want to be talking about him as well. I just barely have him eked out by Hurts and Lamar this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for a regular quarterback. play with the standard, running is way more valuable than the passing. Not that Allen can't do it, because he does every single game.
Right.
And I know Lamar said he's going to pass more this year. I just think the Ravens as a whole are going to be better. I don't know. Lamar's going to be really good this year. I know you think so too.
Yeah, I do.
But, Jalen, I'm just finally just putting the respect on his name by putting him up here at 2. I got the top 2 as the 2 quarterbacks that were in the Super Bowl last year. He's fucking good, man.
Yeah, he is.
For fantasy too. I mean, like,
really good.
He's perfect for fantasy. Like last year, wow, man. I mean, he runs for as many touchdowns as he throws for almost. It's crazy.
Man's out there running for 15 of them things and
yeah,
chucking another 20.
And dude, the Eagles they looked amazing last year, but their off-season acquisitions and stuff, I don't see, bearing injuries to their team, I don't see why they wouldn't be better this year.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not to.
They're scary, man.
Because they weren't even using their team to full potential last year. A.J. Brown wasn't catching balls the way he should have.
True.
And they're just going to get him more involved. So it's going to be cool to see. Jalen's going to be really good. I've got him right down here at 4.
Okay,
so
cool.
Really down. Not far down. And not much of a difference between my 2 and my 4.
What do you think? How come you have Joe Burrow over these guys?
Just because of aerial ability and Jamar Chase.
So
nobody else in the league has a Jamar Chase except for Tua in the form of Tyreek Hill.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't really think about that when making my ranking.
Nobody else has that. If you got Jamar Chase, then you shoot that up your list. And Joe Burrow on top of it happens to be a really fucking good quarterback too. So him and Jamar Chase are going to turn some heads this year. They're going to have...
they have been.
It's going to be different.
You think more?
More.
So,
we keep looking at it and we're like, damn, they're going hard. But so it's going to be insanely hard.
Would you draft Jamar Chase number 1 overall if you had the first pick?
No. I wouldn't.
Shit, man. How much better can you get to not
just
still
because
not get
I'm of
pick?
the theory of running backs.
Okay.
I can't take a receiver.
Would you take him over Jefferson?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Damn. Shit, all right.
Catch some touchdowns and he's going to get some yards. He may not get the catches, but the yards and the touchdowns are going to make up.
I don't know. Joey B just he doesn't run quite enough for me to have him up here this high. I love Joe Burrow. I respect his game and stuff. He's just, he's a passer. He's, let's say, go. But, he also has some turnover problems that no one ever talks about. That boy will go out there and throw some picks. And then, the Bengals come back on some miraculous bullshit. And then no one talks about the picks.
Yeah.
No disrespect to him, but that still hurts your fantasy score. At the end of the day, man, I don't know. I have him just a bit lower at 6.
Yeah.
He's still Joe Burrow.
Right.
He's a winner. But, being a winner on the field doesn't always equate to just killer fantasy stats.
Yeah. I think this year it'll equate. He's going to get a lot of yards. A lot of touchdowns. The Bengals are going to look really nice this year.
I hope he gets a lot of long touchdowns to Jamar. That'd be cool.
Jamar.
Yeah, dude. With Lamar too, though, Lamar's still going to run.
Definitely. Lamar can't help himself but to run the ball.
Yeah.
He's got such a nose for it that if the run deems itself better than the pass, he's going to take it. Every single time.
If it's even a 50-50 option and it's not in a dire situation in the game, he's going to run it every single time.
Yeah, 100%. He's not going to turn the ball over either.
No.
We've seen him do it a couple times.
No, but he's a very possession-oriented quarterback. No, Lamar's going to go hard this year. This is by far the highest I've ever had him ranked. Even when he was the best, 4 years ago or whatever that was, I still didn't go into that season having him in my top 5, I don't think. Maybe he was 5, but like,
Yeah.
I've never been on the Lamar hype train, but this year I feel like this is a good season to jump on it.
I always try to hop on it, but it doesn't necessarily pay off.
This is my first time. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I've got him at my 6th spot. So
Okay, so here,
not very far down.
let's jump on down to our next 3 then. Who do you have?
So at 4, 5, and 6, I've got Jalen Hurts, which we pretty much already touched on. You know, just all over the field, passing the ball, running the ball.
He'll catch that shit
Freak
too.
of nature, right? On the Philly special.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right, at 5, I've got Justin Fields.
Okay.
Just because you got DJ Moore, and then he's got Chase Claypool on the other side, and I can't even remember who else they signed, but they signed somebody else to help him too. So we saw what he could do with his legs. We saw he could pass the ball last year, but with better options this year, it makes him even better. And I think to close out the year last year, Justin Fields was the top quarterback in fantasy football.
Yeah, I mean, those last several weeks of the season, the way he closed out, I mean, dude, he was running all over the whole field. No one could catch him. No one could stop him. And then when his receivers decided they wanted to catch a ball, we're good. But yeah, when the receivers like finally caught a ball, though, like you'd see his passing work finally pay off too, because he was throwing good passes all season. I know he threw a lot of terrible picks.
Yeah,
especially early on.
Because receivers weren't getting into their positions.
Yeah, and I mean, and most of his picks were earlier in the season too.
Yeah.
But man, like, he is so talented and so young, and the Bears got rid of some people, like some poor people in their staff, you know, halfway through last year.
Yeah.
Right when, and then he turned around,
Right.
and started going hard. These new people seem to know, like, maybe not exactly perfectly how to use him, but they're on the right
general idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited about him.
Me too. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting to watch.
You have him at 5?
Got him at 5.
Who's your 6?
6 is Lamar.
Okay. My 4, 5, 6 is Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and then Joe Burrow.
Okay.
So I have Allen a little bit lower, obviously, like I already touched on. Then go back through your 4, 5, 6, or who was it?
Hurts, Fields, and Jackson.
Okay.
So all the runners.
Yeah, pretty much all the runners.
Yep.
You know, I just have Herbert up a little bit more. He was hyped up last year.
Yeah.
You know, he was way hyped up last year, and he definitely didn't live up to it.
No, not at all.
But Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were out. I don't remember how many games they missed, but a shit ton. Like,
Got Quentin Johnson now.
between the two of them, like 11 games they missed.
Yeah.
You know, that means he went 5 games with having Austin Eckler as his, not only his best receiver, but as basically him and Jordan Palmer only.
Right.
Herbert should come up. Like, he should regress positively this year in yards and touchdowns, and hopefully less picks too, I think. I don't know. I just can't rank him below 5.
It's understandable. I got him just on the list at 9.
Okay.
So he's not too much further down, but like we said, the running ability of some of the other guys mixed with the gunning ability of those other 3 guys is just too much for me to have him that high.
I get that. I mean, I don't know. Like, if Mike Williams is healthy and Keenan Allen's healthy, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be able to gun like any of the other top guys, though.
I mean, he showed he could do it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I would love more than anything to see him do it. I love watching Herbert play the way he plays, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And I have Burrow here. Kind of the same reason you have Herbert lower, just lack of rushing.
Yeah.
Maybe not lack of rushing ability, because Burrow will still run, but you know, that's not why they don't use him like that. Yeah, that's pretty much why I have him as low. I'm cool to roll out right into 7, 8, 9 if you are.
Yeah. 7, I've got Deshaun Watson. 8 is Trevor Lawrence, and 9, Justin Herbert.
Okay. I got Justin Fields 7, Deshaun Watson 8, and Kirk Cousins 9.
Nice.
Fields, yeah, I mean, I could have him top 5. I just don't.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I just ranked 2 other guys ahead of him. That's the only reason he's not in the top 5. I'm super excited about him. But then did you have Deshaun 8 or 7?
7.
Okay, I have 8. This should be a good year for him, I think, in Cleveland.
It's all up to him. You know,
Exactly.
I can't put it any other way. Deshaun Watson is still Deshaun Watson, and if he gets out there and he plays the way we saw him play in Houston, he's going to be way better than the 7 or the 8 quarterback. So
yeah, he is, dude. Hell yeah, he is.
I mean, he can run the ball, he can pass the ball, he can do it just as well as anybody else. So I'm excited to see if he can fit in with the Browns and make some things happen. And if they get D-Hop and pony up for him a little bit, that'd be insane. They said the only reason they don't have him right now is because they won't pay him as much as the Patriots are offering.
But if they did, he would choose the Browns.
He would choose Browns and Titans over Patriots and one other that are offering him more money.
Okay.
He doesn't like to play with Mac Jones, is what he says. But I think playing with Mac Jones would actually really play into his favor.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. He'd pepper him.
Oh, 100%.
But anyways, though, like
25 targets a game.
Even if the Browns don't get Deshaun or Hopkins, they still have Amari and
Elijah Moore.
I keep forgetting.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, of course. Donovan Peoples-Jones was solid.
Greg Schwartz. They've got people down the list that they can go to. People that haven't gotten a chance. That are
and Big Chubb. Get that man some catches this year.
For real. Let's go.
I
want to see it.
Excited about seeing the Browns. I think Deshaun Watson's going to be the Deshaun Watson of old. And like you said, if he comes out playing like that, then he'll be way higher than the 8th quarterback.
For sure.
Especially on that roster.
Yeah, definitely.
And I had Kirk, and you had Herbert.
At 8? Oh, at 8, I've got Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and talk on him.
I'm just on the T-Law hype train this year. You know, the Jaguars have done enough for me as a team throughout the offseason and progressed enough throughout throughout the time of last year. Even though they weren't playing winning football necessarily, they had some good aspects to the game, good aspects to the offense. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Travis Etienne looked fucking good. Christian Kirk looked good. Now insert Calvin Ridley. That's a whole nother dynamic. It's going to look really good. And their offensive line has gotten better too. They added some pieces in the draft that'll help them out a lot. Homeboy out of Tennessee, I think. So it can be something really nice. He's got everything he needs to make it happen. And Trevor Lawrence has some wheels too. We don't talk about it,
he does.
Bro moves. And he can pass the shit out of the ball. There's the reason he was the number 1 pick.
I have him way down the list, rankings-wise. But, to be honest with you, I feel like once you get into this range of quarterbacks, there's not a huge separation between the next, 6 or 7 guys.
Not at all.
So you get, they could all be flip-flopped with each other multiple times throughout the season as far as, where they're ranking with their scores and things. Yeah, I'm excited about him and the Jags too. I think they're going to have a great season. It's still the Jags. That's the only thing that's in the back of my head every single time I think about any of their players. So, I mean, that just keeps him down the list for me, even though it's probably really stupid. Like, I'm excited about watching them play this year.
It's a factor.
But, like, you know, it's like the Lions or the Browns.
Right.
Like, I was astonished by the Lions last year.
They came out. Man.
Yeah, then they still missed the playoffs. You know what I mean? They had a great season. I loved watching them play. But, you know, their offense, fantasy production-wise, was insane.
Yeah, they had the best offense in the league.
Yeah. I mean,
better than the Chiefs.
So, you know, it could be a situation like that. That's just crazy to think about. That was your 8?
That was my 9 is Justin Herbert, who we've already touched on. And, you know, Justin Herbert showed us why he's, you know, viable to even be a top 3 quarterback on this list, top 4 quarterback on this list. But
yeah,
injuries to the Chargers mixed with shitty coaching of just god-awful coach. Yeah, it's just hasn't played into his favor. And it's not his fault. So I'm happy to see where he goes this year, and if anything good comes out of it, he'll finish much higher than 9.
Yeah, he will for sure, and higher than 9. If he does play well, he will. I have Kirk Cousins at 9. I love Kirk, but you know, it's Justin Jefferson, kind of like what you were saying about Jamar with Joe earlier. Right. Justin Jefferson, like, dude, that last game the Vikings were playing in, it was the second to last game this year. Probably the second to last. That one catch that Justin Jefferson made, though, Kirk Cousins just turned around and threw the ball. Right. Like, he didn't even look or anything, bro. He just chucked the ball, and like, he knew that Justin Jefferson's gonna find a way to like go come down with the ball. Right. So when you have a dude like that, and Kirk Cousins, he's not scared. Like, yeah, he's gonna get you some picks, but like, he's gonna throw the ball 100 times a game if you want. Like if it's possible, if the coach will let him, he'll throw it 100 times. Yeah, that's all he wants to do. And you know, I like Alexander Mattison. I think he's solid replacement for Dalvin Cook. But you know, Dalvin Cook is gone. Mm-hmm. Like, they're probably gonna want to rely even more on the pass game. Right. With their coaching staff, which they're pass obsessive in Minnesota. Yeah. That's really why I have them so high, is the coaching. And that's without mentioning Jordan Addison. They just got in the first round. He's going to make that pass game that much better. Yeah, basically replace Adam Thielen plus, but better. Better. Yeah. I'm excited about the Vikings. I'm always excited about the Vikings these last few seasons since they got Jefferson. They always seem to have potential, and then they just skunk themselves out of it. Hey, man, they'll beat the shit out of the Saints in the playoffs. You said who? They'll beat the Saints in the playoffs. Oh, yeah. I love watching that. Yeah, fuck the Saints. All right, so 10. Go all of our Saints fans. We still want Saints fans to watch us, but it's all right if you don't like us. Oh, Alvin Kamara's screwed, man, with his suspension. Yeah. But okay, 10, 11, 12. I got Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence. Nice. This is the chunky stuff. I like getting down here in the quarterbacks. 10, I've got Geno. 11, Dak. 12, Tua. Geno, Dak, and Tua? Yep. So we agree on Dak at 11. Okay, so I have Aaron Rodgers where you have Geno. Those are two completely different players. Very players. But I have Rodgers just down my list at 13. Okay. So it's not far. The only reason I have Aaron Rodgers that far down my list is because of the uncertainty of him going to a new team. You know, he's never been with anybody but Green Bay. Second of all, man went in that hole for so long. We still don't know how he's going to come out. Dude, I don't think he gives a shit. I think me personally, I want to say he's going to do great. Fantasy me, I gotta walk into it with a little bit of restriction. I can't go all in on Aaron Rodgers and make him a top 10 quarterback just yet. He's not top 10. He's 12, right? No, 10. Is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. 10, 11, 12. Sorry, my bad. Can't make him a top 10 quarterback just yet. Yeah, I don't have numbers next to my... No, I just have them listed.
I definitely see the upside in which he can be there. He's got the receivers to do it, the offense to do it, and the team to do it.
Well, that's my thing, bro. Like last year in my preseason rankings, I think I had him either 18 or 19. The year before that, I had him at 15, and then he went out and got MVP. I looked like an idiot.
But they just handed him MVP.
True, but I mean, he still had a great season. But like, my point is that like I haven't been high on him at all the last 2 seasons. Kind of, sort of, because he looks like maybe he's shown some age at times, but not really. It's really because of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
And the refusal to like build. Yeah. But the Jets, though, their offense already looked like good with a trash quarterback last year. I mean, they were pulling in Mike White to come in there and look like a god.
I think he was playing like a dog just because he wanted to have a spot or a shot at that position. But
he deserves a spot in the league. He doesn't deserve a spot a starting quarterback job long term, but he deserves a spot.
Sitting at the best spot he could possibly sit at now.
Who's he back up for now?
Miami.
Oh, chilling.
Oh, he's chilling. You know, Tua's not going to last 17 games, so he's going to get at least 4 of those games. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get some playing time.
But Tyreek.
But I mean, like Mike White came in there and looked like, amazing in those. I don't remember how many games he played for them, and I think his record ended up being about 500. Like it was either like they'd come out there and get smoked, or he would run the offense like to a T. And this is besides the point of Mike White.
They were 7-3
when he played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Him and Joe Flacco took that team 7-3, and
then Zach Wilson just ruined it. Yeah. If Mike White can do that, this is my point. Sorry, you have to around it. If Mike White can do that in that offense,
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, dude, what is Aaron Rodgers going to do in that offense?
That much more.
Oh man, I'm excited about just the team. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. Like I don't really care about the guy, but like I have to respect this for fantasy this year, I think. I mean, he's going to go low. What's his... this is right around where his ADP is, I think.
Could be.
But, I mean, if you can somehow snag him as your second quarterback, then that'd be amazing.
Pretty. Yeah.
But, realistically, that's probably not going to happen to anyone that, drafts like a normal person. It's like, I think he's a quarterback 1. And if he does come out playing like I think he will, he'll be a top 5 quarterback. But at the same time, what you said, he's on a new team. He's a little bit old. I would love to be able to have maybe even another guy right around this same part of the list, like even Kirk Cousins. Because just in case, Aaron Rodgers goes out there and like sucks like he does last year. Yeah. If he plays like he did last year, you do not want him on your team.
No, not at all.
But you know what I'm saying, though. I truly believe he's going to be a QB1 with top 5 upside. But take that with small hesitation. Yeah, that's my analysis of him right now.
Hesitation.
Small hesitation.
11, we've got Dak. No, I know you could go all day on Dak. But I don't know. I don't see him doing as bad as he did last year, which means that he should be a pretty good quarterback. I don't see why he can't be top 10 because he just got Brandon Cook. Y'all just got that tight end Shoemaker, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll still have CD. Plus the other guys that y'all got back there. Jalen Tolbert didn't really get a chance to show himself on the field.
Michael Gallup.
Get more of it.
Michael Gallup's coming back.
Again.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I've had Dak on my fantasy team 2 of the last 4 or 5 years. And he was like the best and the worst, just up and down, up and down.
When it pays off, it pays off.
Yeah, he does. But I don't know. Compared to last year, I think he'll be better because, I mean, the Cowboys on offense, honestly, like we never were in rhythm last year.
No.
We looked like shit all season. So the Cowboys offense is going to be better. They're going to score more touchdowns. And Dak's going to score more touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to lead the league in interceptions.
No.
Again.
Boy beat out Russell Wilson.
Oh, Dak. Oh, man. I mean, I love the guy, but I feel like I'm 11 is low for how good he is. But then he'll still find a way to let you down. I don't know.
Just the hesitation.
He's a solid low end QB1, right where we have him.
Yeah.
QB11. I think, that's solid. He's definitely if you play in a 2 quarterback league and you get him as your second quarterback, then hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Shit, nice.
Yeah, or even if you can somehow finagle him for your bench in a single quarterback league, that'd be pretty tough. But I would love to do that with him. I mean, it'd be hard to get any of these guys on your bench in this range we're talking about right now. And you'd have to basically, you're missing out on a player that you need somewhere else if you do that.
Right.
It's just safety nets with quarterbacks. I mean, me and Brady play in a crazy quarterback scoring league. And, I mean, they score 3 to 4 times the points of running backs and receivers. So if you don't have a good quarterback, every single week, your team's going to fail. So, in our league especially, we're pretty hard on having quarterback backups and safety nets unless you have a guy like Mahomes or Josh Allen. There's a lot of, flip-flopping week to week matchup play and things like that, as there is in standard quarterback leagues as well. But in standard leagues, you're able to get bailed out more if your quarterback has a poor game, by a good receiver or wide receiver or running back play.
Yeah. It's all equivalent scoring.
Dak is just inconsistent. The Cowboys could score 60 points in a game and he'll have he might have 400 yards, but he'll have 2 picks and 2 touchdowns. And they were all random other people or all defensive touchdowns and stuff. That's the thing. Last year, dude, the Cowboys were scoring a lot of points, but our defense was scoring half. Not actually half, but our offense wasn't getting yards. Our defense was setting them up at the goal line type shit, in the red zone a lot at least in the enemy territory. And man, there was no yards to be had. And then when there was, Dak just seemed to throw a pick. So
yeah,
there's no way he does as bad as last year. That's my hope.
He won't do as bad as last year, for sure.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
12, I have Lawrence.
I think I forgot to touch up on Gino at my 10s.
You did, actually.
So I'll go back to him real quick. I'm doing this purely just off of what we saw last year out of Gino. Was somebody who came in and was the most accurate quarterback in the league. Smart. I don't think I saw one stupid play out of him the entire year.
Mm-mm.
And I watched a lot of Seahawks games just on the fly because he was my quarterback. So the addition of Jackson Smith and the Jigba too, that just helps him. That's somebody else that'll get open for him and create another look. So if he comes out with that, anywhere near the accuracy he had last year, Gino's going to be looking pretty good. Seahawks will be looking like a playoff team. And I think it'll translate to nice fantasy stats for Gino.
I mean, it did last year.
Yeah.
It definitely did last year.
He's great at the deep ball, too.
Yeah, he is. I mean, just being able to sit on the bench for however long that was a long time. like 7 years or 8 years or something, maybe even longer than that. Actually,
it was a long time.
10 years maybe. But he's obviously learned so much about the game doing that, and like he stayed with it. He kept his head in it, and now he's able to put it out on the field. And it was so fun to watch him last year.
Yeah,
even if he doesn't ever come out and do anything again, like last year was awesome. Just to know, like after all that, like that. I mean, the pick was wasted on him, but like he was like actually like he had it.
Yeah,
it wasn't a bust.
Yeah, he had his season.
Yeah.
He led a team into the playoffs.
No, not only that, he played, like you said, like damn near perfectly.
Yeah. He had the best, was it the most accurate season ever last year? Or one of?
One of them, I think, did Drew Brees.
I can't remember.
Drew Brees has that.
We're digging into some deep stats that my mind aren't going to.
But yeah, like, I mean, I have him a bit farther down, just kind of, it's Pete Carroll's offense. Quarterbacks are going to get touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to run the ball some. They'll throw deep balls. But, like, they're going to run the ball so much.
Yeah.
So much. And, like, Pete Carroll doesn't give a damn if the quarterback wants to pass it. Like,
right.
He's going to run it on 3rd and 15.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Seahawks football.
So, like, yes, there is some deep balls, and there always will be on the Seahawks and with Geno, but not in abundance, like the guys up the list a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, not enough to me to supplement him being 10. I don't know what number he is on my list, but it's like 17 or 16, something. I don't know.
17.
Something like that. I should have written numbers next to these guys.
Okay, so we were on 12.
Well, and I had Trevor Lawrence. Who did you have?
I had Tua.
I like that.
So I got Tua there. Just, he's got the best receiving core in the league. So if he puts out any better than he did last year, he's going to put together another top 10 quarterback fantasy season.
I mean, you just said yourself a minute ago, he's not even going to play the whole season, probably.
That's the thing. I mean, when he's playing, he's a top 10 quarterback. When he's not playing, he's not fucking playing.
Yeah, true. I mean, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and their whole offense is just, it gels together so well.
Yeah.
Tua is really good. I love Tua.
What was it? They won every single game except for one that Tua started and finished.
Yes. Damn, bro.
It was like 10 games or some shit like that.
Yeah, every game that they won was with him, basically.
Yeah. Skylar Thompson was a shit show.
That guy had one good half.
Right? I think he went to Detroit.
What, to be their 3rd string?
Yeah. God bless him. You said you had...
I have Trevor Lawrence.
What you think about Trevor this year?
Basically the same thing that you do. Maybe not. I'm not quite as excited as you, it sounds like. But, I mean, it's Trevor Lawrence. The Jags team is getting better. The offense looks good coming down the stretch. They look really good in the playoff game against the Chiefs. I just think that he's going to keep progressing. I mean, he's clearly like, he's a prototypical build for a quarterback. I've never seen like a better like body build for a quarterback in the NFL.
That nice 6'7".
Is he 6'7"? Yeah, I thought he was like 6'5", but still, like, that's insane.
Massive.
I did not realize he was 6'7", dude.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's big. Big guy.
And he throws the ball so far.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like what I said a minute ago. With all these guys at this point, they could jump over each other so many times throughout the season, and who knows where they'll all finish. But, like, the difference between Trevor Lawrence, for me here at, what is this, 12? And what do you have him at? 9? 8? It's minuscule.
Yeah.
And, like, the difference between the players we have between them and stuff, I bet, if we sat there and we projected out game by game right now,
50 to 80 point difference.
not even. That,
I'm thinking about our league.
Yeah, like in our league. Yeah, like in standard, like I bet we come out with like a 10, 15 point difference between these guys, projected on the year total points. So we're not talking about a big gap between
not big
four players. Okay. My 13, 14, 15 is Russell Wilson, Jared Goff, and then Geno Smith.
My 14 is Kirk Cousins, 15 Jared Goff, 16 Russell Wilson. So
What about Kirk?
Kirk is always just that, middle of the pack guy for me. I never rank him high, I never rank him low, but he's going to sit in there to where he's draftable, and you might not be happy taking him, but you're not going to be mad taking him either. So if you end up with Kirk, he's in a better situation than he was last year, which bodes well. So, I'm not mad if I get him. I'm just I'm not ecstatic either. But he's a low end QB1 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically he's ranked in the quarterback 2 range, but
Twos,
but yeah, like he's on the fringe.
He's a good plug and play,
He's perfect for your bench. Because, the second your regular quarterback goes into a slump, you plug him in, and he's going to throw for like 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Might throw 3 picks in there too, but he doesn't give a damn. He's going to throw another touchdown right after.
Still going to get you 20, 23, 24 points in standard. It's gonna be just fine.
Yes. No, I love Kirk.
Next, I think we've got it, Matt. Or what was your 14, my bad?
I had Russell Wilson.
Nice. Okay, so I don't have him far down the list. We can both.
You said you have
him. I've got him 16.
Okay.
So
you're the Broncos guy.
Man, if there's any year for them to get it done, it's this year. Because I know they didn't play well last year, but Russell Wilson definitely built some chemistry with those guys there. They weren't mad at him. It didn't seem like. It was only KJ Hamler's little stupid ass that was doing that shit, freaking out at him, getting mad.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is. This year, though, Sean Payton, you enter him into the fold, playing with a man like Drew Brees, who's similar size, similar technique to Russell Wilson. And then you open up that game with the legs that Russell Wilson has. If you think about how great that can be with our receivers, there's a lot of upside for Russell Wilson. But he was a fucking shit show last year.
He was so bad. So bad.
And I attribute a lot of that to Hackett. But, a coach can only make you so shitty. And he was shitty last year. So I'd like to see him come out a little better. I've got him at 16 for a reason. That means there's 16 other quarterbacks that are fucking worse than he is. So that's not that bad.
Yeah. He definitely has, what do I have him? 13? Yeah. So, being at 13, he clearly has top 10 potential. I think he has top 5 potential with this team, with this coach.
It's Russ.
With him, with his talent. It's just last year is just in the back of my mind, and it's impossible to get out.
Yeah.
Last year he was ranked way higher on my list than this going into the season.
Definitely had him top 10.
I think everybody had him top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Russell Wilson, and if he doesn't do it this year, he's never doing it again.
Yeah. I agree. I'm sinking all my chips into him this year as a Broncos fan. So
bench though. So he is your bench quarterback. Do not get Russell for your starter day one.
Yeah. No, you don't want him day one.
Yeah, no, you need someone else to just roll out there week 1 so you can have peace of mind on your opening week.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off when we do our week 1 rankings and he's towards the top.
I don't know what y'all play week 1, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what the matchups look like.
Yeah.
Still, though, I want to see that offense go.
Right.
or I just throw Broncos players into my lineup.
For sure. And I didn't even mention, I think he was third in deep passing percentage last year. So
He still has that.
he
for
still
sure.
got it. It's just we got to see it all get thrown together. Proper techniques that Daniel Lackett was not throwing on the field.
Yeah. 14, I had Jared Goff. Who'd you have?
14, I had Cousins. 15, I've got Goff, though. So let's both touch. I think we're on 15.
Hang on, sorry. Lawrence was 12, then Russell was 13.
Who's your 14?
Goff.
Goff?
Yeah.
Okay, my 14 was Cousins.
Okay. Who was your 13?
Rodgers.
Oh, you got
We just touched on it
okay.
earlier.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So let's touch on Goff. We both got him pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions last year were so fun to watch.
Yeah.
There was obviously times that they could be stopped on the field, kind of dead in their tracks, honestly, right when when they needed to go down the field for the sake of the game type thing.
Yeah.
But, there was times where also Jared Goff came through and won them the game in the last drive. And that's the type of thing that makes the coach more endeared to him. Dan Campbell's a player's coach.
Yeah.
So when he does that, like, he has more faith in Goff. We saw that last year. But I think going into this season, that whole team, they went from 1-16 to
8-9.
8-9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were 8-1, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, I mean, that team's grown together so much. It's a little bit different, right now, slightly, but it's still the same, like, general core. The coaching staff is the same, which is really, the glue of the locker room.
For sure.
And as far as, like, morale and shit like that.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot more faith in Jared Goff this year, too. They kind of let the reins loose a little bit for him last year after trading the year before. They were kind of scared.
Yes.
Knowing, what people had seen out of Goff in LA, which was, some pretty sketchy turnovers sometimes. And some iffy decisions. And, like, he still did that sometimes, but
dude,
he went out there and he looked way better. He was nitty gritty, showed like the will to want to win games.
And he's making more smart plays. Less dumb plays, more smart plays.
And he's just a gritty guy. He gets you that win, and he doesn't lose faith in the game. He's not at one point of the entire game do I look at Jared Goff and see him like shit, like, we've lost, like, fuck this. He's always out there trying to get some extra yards, make the team look better, do better. And, we all love garbage time. So that's going to lead to some garbage time stats.
Yeah. Because Lions had, last year they were up big in some games and they were down big in some games. So, there is garbage time with the Lions.
Yep.
I'm excited about him. I was excited about him last year. This year should be even better. Jahmyr Gibbs should really open it up for him. Last year Jamal had so many rushing touchdowns from within the 5-yard line. I'm not saying Jared Goff is going to get any large percentage of those. Maybe he'll get an extra 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns this year. That'd be cool.
I just see some nice little passes out of the back, the running back.
Yeah, exactly. That's more what I was going to say. Like, hopefully maybe they can get some just quick toss things to Gibbs or even Montgomery.
Kamara type touchdowns.
Yeah. I'm
for sure.
I'll Goff. I have Geno next. What about you? Oh, you had Goff.
Yep, I had Goff at 15.
Okay. So I had Geno. It's not too much I want to add on to him. I just have him a little bit farther down just because he's old.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks are not known for, prolific quarterback play.
Yep.
Wait, hang on. 13, 14, 15, 16's Tua.
Tua?
Yes.
Okay. I've got Russ right there. I already touched on him, so touch on Tua a little bit if you got any more to add. I know we already hit on him earlier.
I'm really just worried about his injuries. And I think that I have him pretty low compared to what everyone else has him as. And it's just injuries. I just don't have confidence that he'll play when I need him to be playing if he's on my team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, when he's on the field playing, he's a top 10 quarterback, if not top 5, especially if Tyreek's out there catching bombs that day.
Yeah.
I would prefer to have him on my bench and then just play him every game he's healthy, basically. But I don't want to even draft him as my quarterback 1 and then scramble come week 4 when he gets another concussion or like something else.
Yeah. No need for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So who's your 17, 18, 19?
So 17, 18, 19, I got Derek Carr, Kyler Murray, and then whoever pops out of that 49ers QB battle.
Purdy or
right now it's Purdy, but could be Lance. Who knows? There's still that shot that Purdy doesn't even play this year. So we'll see it.
Yeah, I just kind of left him down the list because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So you said it was Kyler?
Derek Carr.
Okay, Carr, Kyler, and then Purdy / Lance.
Yep. And we might as well hit 22, and that's Tannehill.
What do you think about Carr?
There's a lot of potential there for him to be really, really good. I think that Saints offense it's a really good offense. We saw Andy Dalton thrive in it. We saw Jameis thrive in it. Jameis is just fucking stupid. He can't make any good decisions down the field whatsoever.
Yeah.
We thought his eyes were the problem.
No.
And they weren't. So, after seeing what Andy Dalton did with them last year and seeing them put up top 10 offensive weeks,
yeah,
consistently, having Derek Carr, who I think is a way better quarterback than Andy Dalton, at least right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And Derek Carr is not bad. He was just playing for the fucking Raiders. When you play for the Raiders, it's just, I don't know. You're either really good or you're really fucking bad. Or you're like you look like you can reach something good and then you leave your destination and you're either really good or you're really bad.
Yeah. What he played with the Raiders 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, made the playoffs one time.
I think a little less than that, right? I think he's been there 8 or 9 years.
Okay. He's made the playoffs one time. You'd think it would be way more than that, honestly. I'm excited about him. I have him at 21, I think.
21.
He could be right here, though. I like Derek Carr. And I think Olave is going to be better this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole offense will be a little bit better this year. Last year was just kind of a what the fuck in New Orleans.
Right.
Everyone was just kind of like,
nobody knew.
Yeah, like what's going on? But this year should be a little bit more of, everyone's gotten into the flow of things. There is no Kamara for the first bit of the season, we're assuming. But who cares? It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Derek Carr does not care. Derek Carr is going to go out there and get fantasy points, get real points. And I bet honestly, I really think that the Saints are going to be competitive within the NFC South. They were last year.
They should win the NFC South.
But yeah, they should be really, they should win this year. Unless Bryce Young comes out doing some crazy shit.
Right. That's their only threat. That's their only threat, in my opinion.
Shit, Baker Mayfield, bro. Baker Mayfield.
It's like music of Desmond Ritter, bro. Come on.
Okay. I like Derek Carr. I like him with the Saints. I think he's a solid backup quarterback for your fantasy team. Solid quarterback 2 in a 2 QB league.
And I think he's in a really healthy offense with some good pieces that fit well to him. So it has potential to be really good. It leaves a lot of potential for those Saints receivers to be really good.
Yeah, because I think they'll pass the ball more than they did last year.
For sure.
with Carr. Yeah. Okay. At 17, I had Anthony Richardson for the Colts.
You got him right.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm just excited. I think he's gonna tear it up. The reason I have him high, but I have him low for me. Once he's playing well, he's going to be a top 12 quarterback. But like once he's into the swing of things,
Yeah.
once it gets going,
Just how long is that gonna take?
yeah, who knows? But like, I mean, even if it does take half the season, you're not starting him.
Yeah.
Anyways, but like, I'm going to, my idea is to draft him higher than anyone else would draft him, in the middle rounds, like, middle later rounds, before someone else drafts him, and then just let that man ride the bench until like last year with Justin Fields. Like once he starts breaking out, like we'll know when he starts breaking out, and then you have no choice but to play the guy.
Yeah.
That's my hope with Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I have him ranked even kind of low. I'm just making up for the games that it's going to take for him to adjust to the NFL.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Who's your 17?
Or he's Carr.
Okay, that was
18. Is Kyler.
I have Kyler at 18.
Arizona's going to suck ass next year. And I think that leaves room for like shit shows, where the game gets out of hand and they just are able to kind of run away with it and they'll be able to put up a fair amount of points themselves. Kyler's a runner and a passer, so that'll lead to some good, dumpster time stats. And if they are competitive in any game for any reason, then Kyler will still put up some stats. They're just...
So you're kind of banging on garbage time stats?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, I mean, shit.
But Kyler's Kyler still.
Yeah, he's still uber talented. Bro, I mean, garbage time is like your best friend in fantasy.
Yeah.
Real for real.
There's only a few people that you can like really bank on it with. And I would assume that he's going to be like that this year.
I mean, you rode Blake Bortles a whole fantasy season on nothing but garbage time.
Yeah, right. That's fucking awesome.
Like, dude, this guy, people would be playing Brady, and Blake Bortles would be playing the afternoon game on Sunday with the Jags. I don't remember what year this was, like 2016. It might have been 2017, the year they were really good. 2015?
14. It was the year before we went to college and I tied Ethan in the playoffs, right? And the final.
I thought it was the year they were actually good.
Or did I have Bortles when I played Matthew?
I thought...
And won.
I thought you had him when I beat you in the semifinals. And I beat you by like 2 points. I thought this was like 2016 or 2017. The year that the Jags were good. And their defense was insane. Blake Bortles was doing jackass shit for fantasy. But, like, come the fourth quarter of every damn game, that boy would go off.
Every time.
I don't know if that was the year they were good or not, but, like, it was stupid.
2017.
It was 2017?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, I wish I could see back to that year.
I won that year.
That'd be crazy.
But, man, the shit, I got off topic now. What were we just talking about? Fuck. Oh yeah, blank. Okay, yeah, garbage time.
Yeah, garbage time.
Kyler should eat it up.
Yeah.
I think. It's just...
I mean, the schedule bodes rat. His schedule looks good for it. We can pull it up.
Are they going to kick his ass all year?
Cardinals, the schedule. Giants, week 1. Cowboys, 2. Niners, 3. Bengals, 4. Rams, 5. Seahawks, 6. Ravens, 7. Browns, 8. Falcons, 9. Cards, 10. Rams,
Wait, who?
11.
10?
Sorry, Texans 10. Rams 11. Steelers 13. Niners 14. Bears 15. Eagles 16. And Seahawks 17. They've got a fucking hard ass schedule.
I counted 7 games that like make it 8 for one Seahawks game. I got 8 games of theirs that I think could, in theory, be semi-competitive. The other 9 of those games are going to be fucking beatdowns.
Yeah.
But like 8 of those games, I'm not saying the Cardinals are going to win 8 games. I'm just saying like
But those games are going to be like competitive.
like both of the Rams games.
Yeah. If they put up more than 21 points, that's Kyler's going to get good fantasy production out of that game.
Yeah, like with Kyler too, I feel like we should point out like his points are going to be coming off of a shit ton of rushing yards.
Yeah.
And like obviously passing too, but it's going to be all yards. I don't think the touchdowns are going to be there, in abundance.
No, but when they come, it'll be nice.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a guy that like in theory you can rely upon to like get you like 16 to 20 points, 18 points on basically just running the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just yards. Like just yards, passes, whatever.
Yeah.
No touchdowns. Like maybe one passing touchdown. But then when he does get touchdowns, hell yeah.
He's going to be putting 20-some points a game.
Yeah. I mean, like the points will like really be stacking up at that point. Once you combine his rushing ability and his yardage with touchdowns, yes.
Yeah.
I have
Starters might be bad.
Oh. Yeah, dude, they're going to be bad. Like they might get the first pick in the draft type thing. Like they're going to be bad. Okay, I have Stafford at 19.
Okay. I've got the Niners QBs. I don't need to go too deep on Niners QBs. They're always a product of their system, and their system is always really good.
They're reliable, but not great
So,
for fantasy.
yes, they're reliable, but not great. So, like, if you want 16 to 20 points a game, and you're for sure going to get it every time, play them.
Yeah.
But
Still seems a bit high.
it's tough because they usually don't stay healthy. And there's also a question mark this year. Who comes out?
Dude, they never stay healthy.
Yeah. It's that field. Their turf sucks.
I don't know.
I think they're switching to real grass this year, though.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I don't know though, bro. Like, fantasy purposes, I don't know if I've ever like played a 49ers quarterback before. Like ever in any of my leagues.
I was playing somebody just recently.
Like maybe I played Nick Mullins one time. Like when it was in
Mullins
desperation. But like
And not desperation. It was when he was going hard as hell. I'm trying to think of who else, though. There's been some guys that have stepped in and gone hard as hell.
only like random people though. I've never like picked up a 49ers quarterback that was like meant to be their starter.
I mean, Jimmy G is just...
Nah, I never had Jimmy G before. And it's nothing against Jimmy G, bro. I just don't like 49ers quarterbacks. Kyle Shanahan run offenses are not fantasy friendly for quarterbacks.
They just tend to put up a very consistent amount of points.
Yeah, like everyone on the team, well, the team as a whole,
Yeah.
like the offensive unit is going to finish like every game with like the same stats.
Right.
Just a shit ton of rushing yards, a solid amount of passing yards, and then like 4 touchdowns
Yeah.
off some crazy plays.
I mean, like, that Niners QB could have, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that's going to get you your points.
Yeah, and that is solid.
And they don't turn the ball over.
My phone died. I got it in my head.
Niners QBs don't turn the ball over, ever. So, That's another thing you got going too. Is like you're either gonna get what you came for in that 16 to 20 point game, or you're gonna get something greater. And that's what I like about having Niners QBs in that 18 spot or that 19 spot.
Yeah.
Just because it's consistency. And sometimes a team depends upon consistency. So if it fits your team right, Niners QB can be right. As your backup, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't. I'd rather pick like almost anybody else. Like 49ers quarterbacks are legit like in the bottom of my options every single year when I'm looking at the waiver wire or whatever or drafting. I never even like look at them. I only look at them in the waiver order or on the waiver wire if I'm like in desperation mode.
Yeah.
Or if, someone else needs a quarterback and there's a starter sitting there. Just take it from them.
I mean, they're always my backup. They're never starters on a permanent basis. So
I don't even roster them though, bro.
Yeah, it's very rare that I'll keep it around on the roster, but I think in this scenario, the past couple of years I've looked with their fill-ins and stuff, and they become a more viable keep them on your bench type of team. Granted, they stay healthy.
I think if Trey Lance comes back and somehow wins the job, that is a guy I might be interested in having on my team.
Yeah.
I have no interest in having Brock Purdy on my team.
Some people picking that man so high last year.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It was a Trey Lance was getting taken in like rounds 10,
People are idiots.
Thinking he's going to go hard.
So the 49ers always pick their fourth pick, never pick their first string.
Right.
If it's rookie, bro, like that running back shit, that was so bad. That ruined me, that whole Trey Sermon thing.
So
I was excited about it, Trey Sermon, bro. Like I didn't see the field.
Oh man, going through that sucked. I think there was one point where I had 3 Niners running backs on my roster because I didn't know who was going to play. But I know, you knew whoever played was going to get a good amount of production. It was just who was going to get it, who was healthy, and when. So you had to keep all 3 of them because if you let one go, then somebody else is picking them up. So
that's exactly how it goes. All right, well, my 19, I had Matthew Stafford.
Okay. I don't have him on my list. It's just he's down in my lower.
He's so 12 beat up.
Yeah,
he's so beat up, bro. I mean, his career at the Lions, he did nothing but take brutal hits every single week, play after play after play for 12 years straight.
Right.
Didn't he break dislocate his shoulder twice, 3 times in one season or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's beaten up just beyond that. I'm skeptical of myself having him this high, honestly. I still trust in his talent. I know how tough he is. He's recovering from another injury and surgery once again. But he missed so much time last year. Going into the season, he'll have damn near 10 months of recovery, 9 months. Cooper Kupp will be recovering, on the same timeline along with him. He's going to get yards. He's not going to not get yards. He's still going to get picks, but he's going to get yards and he's going to get touchdowns. Matthew Stafford gets so many yards every season of his career. I don't think he's ever passed for less than 3,500 yards.
No, he's always chucking the ball.
Yeah.
Man.
And the Rams don't have shit worth of a team this year.
I don't know. You never know with the Rams.
Yeah, McVay will probably be able to make them look better than they actually are.
Yeah. They'll be a middling team.
Yeah, they'll give teams games.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just paying the price for what they did to get their Super Bowl ring.
Right. Yeah.
They knew it was coming.
Going through it.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. And went all out to get it.
Just give it 3 or 4 more years. 3 years.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe 2 now.
But I'm just talking shit on the guy. But yeah, he's He's talented as fuck. He's going to get like Cooper Cup. That's all it is. He doesn't need anybody else. It's just them two on the field.
Right.
He'll throw it to him 10 yards down the field, and Cooper Cup will do the rest.
Yep.
And that's Matthew Stafford's points.
That's it.
It's truly a plug and play only, though. Like, there's no relying on him this year.
Yeah. No, you play that man strictly off of like game by game matchup.
Yes. And that's only if your starting quarterback is really weak.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're getting down into the area where these guys
These are lower.
may not even be on a team. They're just sitting out there on the wire.
Yeah, these are lower in QB2s.
Yeah.
20, who was yours?
20, I've got Tannehill. That's another one I'd like to put an emphasis on garbage time for.
Titans are be bad.
They're really good at garbage time. Yeah, the Titans are really, really good at garbage time. And their schedule, they're in a weak division, right?
Yeah, with the Texans,
Colts,
and Jags. Now, this sounds a lot better this year than it has in years past, but we'll see.
It'll be some high-scoring games. Like there'll be time for just shitty points. So I put Tannehill at 20 just because he runs the ball too. He'll put his nose down and get it in from 2 yards out and get you a touchdown on the ground.
He is actually a pretty solid runner.
So, yeah, it was 2 years ago. He had 11 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah.
So, he can do it. Granted, he's in the position. So,
I like Tannehill, but my worry is that when they're in garbage time, they're just going to put Malik Willis in the game.
No, because they have Will Levis.
Or Will Levis, excuse me. I forgot. But yeah, Malik Willis is gone. And then never again seen.
To go back to college.
The eligibility gone.
Right.
But Will Levis will be in the game then. So, like, to me, that kind of your whole argument for him was garbage time. And I feel like if he's not in during garbage time,
I feel like they'll stay just competitive enough for just long enough. And they won't want to play either of those other players that will provide the value until they finally just pull the plug and say, fuck Tannehill, and throw Levis in as a whole.
fair.
Because I don't think they're just going to rip Tannehill out of there. They're paying the man fucking $40 million.
Yeah, they're paying him.
So, can't rip him from him that hard. It's going to take some time. Take a lot of probably take 7 really shitty games out of Tannehill for them to be like, all right, got
it. I think it'll take less than that. Like, try 4.
Titans are in a weird spot.
I don't know. The only thing I like about them right now is their coach.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry, obviously. I really actually like Tannehill. I just know how the NFL works. And when your team sucks and you have a rookie quarterback sitting there that's drafted high, like, they go in,
right?
It sucks, honestly.
Let's use them.
But it is how it goes.
Yep.
I got Derek Carr sitting here. Excuse me. No, I have Kenny Pickett sitting here at 20.
Nice.
Carr 21.
I like that. Kenny Pickett's one of those guys that didn't make my top 20, but I see so much potential out of him based on what I saw last year. Man wants to win. He's on a good team, and they've got Mike Tomlin, who's done nothing but prove he can win year after year after year. Put good schemes and work to the strengths of whoever he's got at quarterback. So, now that they can work around Pickett, I think that can go really good for him. And he can be one of the surprises of this year.
I just think the other team, they're all pretty young. Mike Tomlin's a great coach with the players. I honestly don't think he's the best play caller and all that stuff, but he knows how to make people gel together and make a team work. Dude, I mean, he's never had a losing season. It's impressive.
Right.
Because he's had some god-awful teams.
God-ass teams.
Right. Like, they still get 8 games. I don't know how.
So bad.
But, no, Kenny Pickett, he's talented. He's from Pittsburgh. He played at Pitt. Everybody there loves him. Like, everyone wants him to succeed.
Yeah.
He's been wanting to be a Steeler his whole life, I'm sure. He's going to succeed. Mike Tomlin's going to make sure it happens. And then George Pickens is solid. Pat Freiermuth, I really like that guy.
Deontay.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson. They're all young. Everybody there is young. They just need to build their O-line. Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Their O-line just needs to get better.
Yeah. And I think they added some young guys this year, though. So
yeah, they definitely drafted some O-line, but it needs to perform. And then the Steelers will be actually good, like, soon. They're building their next, dynasty type thing.
Yeah, they're not going to take much turnaround time.
It's such a good organization.
Normal Steelers.
Yep.
Yeah, classic Steelers.
Yep. I have faith in him. After seeing him last year, I think he's the long-term guy. Like, I really think he's going to be, like, successful in the NFL and, like, have a career.
Yeah. I don't know what the career is going to look like, but it'll be decent.
No, like, I really think he, like, was going to, like, and, like, unless he gets hurt or something, like, I really think he can, like, stay with the Steelers for the next decade.
Yeah.
Or more.
He just needs to play good. Better every year.
Yeah. I mean, just get better and better each year, especially for the first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And, like, get up there and then just roll. Don't stop. I don't know. I think that the Steelers just as a whole are going to get better and better as this year goes on, not just, like, down the road. Like, this year, starting off week 1, they're going to come in solid. And then they're just going to get better down the stretch.
Oh, the stand-up?
You can lock it in place.
Okay. I just saw the thing start swinging down. I was like, oh, shit.
Do you want to talk about Pickett at all?
I mean, I like the players he's got around him. I think that he can produce in that offense for sure. And he put out some pretty decent games last year, and what we saw, that was on minimum readiness. He was just a rookie. Got thrown into it. He wasn't the starter off the rip.
Mm-mm.
So there's nowhere but up for Kenny Pickett, and I think last year gave him a pretty good floor.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good confidence builder.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, I mean, he played better than damn near every other rookie quarterback last year.
Yeah.
Except for Brock Purdy from Mr. Irrelevant.
For real.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see what he does. And then, by the way, I have Carr 21.
Carr 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, he's not off my list. He's still a QB2 for me.
Yeah. But just down below that second little realm of...
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel like we should just wrap it up for the evening.
For sure.
Worn out and hungry.
Yeah.